Last season, Cincinnati split their series with Pittsburgh for the first time since 2015. Today, this AFC North rivalry resumes in Week 3, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Here come the Steelers now on offense, led out by a man who's been at the control since 2004. 6-time Pro Bowler, Ben Roethlisberger.
And he's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already 8 touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain, but at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Time to see the Bengals offense go to work. And leading them out, the #1 overall pick of the 2020 draft, Joe Burrow, now his second season out of LSU.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The numbers for Mixon last week: 16 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And they go play action now. Burrow. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. It's Burrow. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did, but there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. Well, for Ben Roethlisberger, he had the elbow reconstruction back in 2019, but he does not appear to have lost much at all, as that was a rocket.
And I tell you, from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. That's swung out wide to Harris. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 22 carries, 72 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was was the rookie, Najee Harris, who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage...
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Cameron Hayward. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to stay in the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of him had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Deontay Johnson deep for the Steelers. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Von Bell up to make the tackle. From the 27, Roethlisberger. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
Yeah, we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
On 4th down, the rookie Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. A strong running. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Returning it, Johnson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On 2nd and 10, Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Bengals grab it, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Bengals have taken the lead. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Johnson now returning. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. Harris starts the drive on the ground, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Roethlisberger will throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. They'll look to set up his blockers. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And that will come the offense as they take over. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first. Running left, it's Mixon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. And that is incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Roethlisberger to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And McPherson on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. This Bengal defense now making their way back out onto the field. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And that'll bring up second down. Burrow will throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Sample. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Again, it's Burrow. Out to the left. He's got Sample there. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. He loses 4, and it brings up 4. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Chase Claypool, the intended target, but it'll be second down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, here's Harris. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. 51 yards on the punt there. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. He's got to be feeling pretty good. Playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now it's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. This time they stay on the ground. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Bengals in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. On the return, Phillips. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They were losers a week ago to the Bears, but they lead things here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. On 3rd down, Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Johnson to return it. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And he rifles one incomplete. Najee Harris, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Joe Schobert gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long.
Now Burrow. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase
With his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
In his 5th year in Pittsburgh, a good bounce back last year for Juju with 97 catches. He wants to continue to make grabs like that and get upfield.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. On the delay, it's Mixon, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over first and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Partner, he just surpassed 60,000 career passing yards. I remember when you and I were there when he hit 50, now 60. Where does this stop?
I don't know where it stops, but how did we even calculate this one, right? Long division? New math? Using abacus?
I trusted you. You're smarter than I am.
My calculator shorted out on this one. 60,000 yards. Congratulations.
Man, has it been fun to track his career, and it continues. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And he finds his target, Ebron. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just...
And this time he is in. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. but he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was the rookie, Najee Harris, who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, Phillips. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Been a good leadership and a good distributor. Trucks over him, and they can't bring him down.
And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Burrow.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Burrow looking to pass. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Mixon with a first down carry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Burrow able to find Sample. That's complete.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Melvin Ingram drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Now Roethlisberger. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. From the 30 on second down, Roethlisberger. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The Steelers on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop him. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. To throw again on second down, Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He completes it to Boyd. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Burrow on play action. He finds his man complete. It's Morgan. And he's brought down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 62 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Burrow will throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Another try for Mixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. 3rd and goal, Burrow. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Pass complete to Harris. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st. He's got Claypool. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Right side, Claypool's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. It's brought in by Harris. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Steven Sims Jr., 33 yards. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Cincinnati, the preparation pays off as they